Hello guys, welcome again to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the best controller settings for FIFA 23. So let's quickly run through it. So I've been playing this game for about 2 days now, so I've studied the selection that has been most responsive. There's not really much difference from my selection in FIFA 22 and FIFA 23, just some key selection I think I need to bring your attention. I think I figured out the ideal controller settings for you to optimize your gameplay. So this is my preferred selection for the game. So before we get into the video, if you're new to the channel, please kindly smash the subscribe button down below. I'll be uploading a lot of FIFA 23 tutorials, so turn on the notification bell so you won't miss out when I drop those videos. So the first item is the contextual agile dribbling. This is simply the agile dribbling that has been in the game since FIFA 21. It's the dribbling with the finesse button, so this should be on because it really helps you evade a lot of defenders. Then for auto clearance, this should be on because it won't hurt to have the AI clear the ball from dangerous position. So auto clearance on. Then for auto flare pass, I prefer my auto flare pass to be off because I prefer my players to only do the flare pass when I trigger it with the L2 button. That gives me more control of the style of passes my player perform, because sometimes they just perform these fancy passes when it's so irrelevant and it slows down the gameplay and may destroy your attack. Then for auto shots on, assisted headers, yes, this should be left on. Then for jockey, I'll advise you leave yours at assisted because jockeying this year seems to be a bit slower, so matching the speed of your opponent's player will be an hassle if you're using the manual jockey. So to get that extra assistance from the computer, this should be left in assisted. Then for defending, of course, tactical defending, I think legacy defending should be deleted from the game by now because you can't actually use this defending to play online. So what's the essence of having it in the game? In sense of effectiveness, tactical defending is better, so they should take away this option and just leave tactical defending, since that's basically what they're trying to do. Then for true pass assistance, true pass this year are pretty good, so to be able to get the power and the precision of your passes, this should be left at assisted. Then for time finishing should be on. If you know how to use the time finishing properly, it's an added bonus to your gameplay because it gives you shot extra power and extra accuracy and increases the likelihood of it entering the goalpost. So if you know how to use the time finishing, you should leave it on, because if you don't time the second tap properly, you won't like the shots you see. Next, player switch indicator. Personally, I do not like this being on. I think it's too much. I think it's a lot on the screen. The indicator is more or less unnecessary to me, but I understand the role it's supposed to play, give you an idea of whom you are switching to next. But if you are really handy with the right stick switching, I don't think this will be important because you can switch to whomever you like using the right stick switching. So knowing who the cursor is going to next or switching with the L1 while you are defending, it's not really advisable because sometimes when you are defending, you have to mark the spaces and the next player the indicator is on might not be the player in a good position to cover that ground. So I just leave this off not to get the whole team mixed up and stick with switching while defending with my right stick. If you don't know how to defend using the right stick, I have a tutorial on that on my channel, you can check that out. Then for pass block assistance, this year the pass block assistance are a little more reasonable. Normally I usually turn them off because once this is on, your player easily fall for fake shots and shot cancels, and once they make that animation where they try and block the ball, it automatically stops them and you're not able to continue jockeying. So what I do, I just leave this off. But since I've been playing for FIFA 23, I think they fixed that. It doesn't do that heavy stop animation. So after he attempts the block, to continue jockeying is pretty smooth. So this year, pass block assistant should be on. Then for auto switching, of course, air ball and loose ball. Then for switching move assistance, this should be high. I know a lot of people said they prefer this being off, but when you're tracking runs, this is one of the key factors that helps you cut out those true passes, because sometimes you quickly switch to one player, then you make him run backwards to make your defensive line deep just by holding it temporarily, then the AI continue moving that player towards that direction. That helps you cover a lot of ground without having to control that player the whole time. So while the AI is moving that player backwards, after you trigger the run with the move assistance, you can then switch your cursor to whomever is closest to the ball and try to make a tackle. I know this seems a bit complicated, but I'll explain it better when I do my defensive tutorial in FIFA 23. Therefore, clearance, assistance, this should be directional. Let's see what they read here. Clearance takes into consideration directional input, but power is still fully assisted and earliest possible contact point will be picked. So directional it is. Player lock definitely on. If you know how to use the player lock, it really comes in handy, especially when you want to score tap-ins or do a square play. You can pull one of your attackers behind and make the pass to him, and very good for crossing too. Icon switching on. Right stick switching, the adaptive right stick switching, I really do not have a problem with it. It's a good attempt by EA. It's a really good option, but it has a shortcoming when it comes to set pieces, because when I was trying to defend against the corner, switching between my defender I'm going to use to try and head the ball out was a bit difficult. So it's very good when you're in open play, but it has a lapse when it comes to set pieces. So because of that, I still stick with classic for now at least. Then right stick switching preference, ball relative of course. Use the ball as a reference point to flick the right stick. This always helps. Ground pass assisted, shot assisted of course, cross assisted, lob pass assisted, lob through pass. This should be semi, because those true passes, they actually need a certain amount of power and direction. So most times I really like to get the hands-on wheel kind of experience. It helps me execute the kind of passes I imagine. So this should be left in semi. Then safe assisted, analog sprint of course off. Pass receiver lock, this should be late. There are new options, which is animation start. The pass receiver lock is locked early at the time the animation starts, while there's another one, the power up. The pass receiver is locked as soon as the pass button is released and the power bar reach the full power. This is the earliest possible receiver lock. So basically what they did is they added two earlies and they changed the name. So definitely I'm going to leave that for them. We're still sticking with late, because I will always prefer to be able to change the direction my pass is going to go even at the last minute, because sometimes when the animation of the pass is slow, your opponent might be able to get one of his player in between your passer and the receiver. So to be able to reroute it at the latest time possible, leave this in late. So that's all for this tutorial today. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, please leave a like and also subscribe so you get more FIFA 22 tutorials like this. A lot of videos are coming to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you won't miss out on it. And also, if you want to buy cheap FIFA 23 coin to boost your foot teams, make sure you check out whatsgaming.net. It's a secure site where you can purchase cheap foot coins, and also use my code FIFA, you get 10% discount on your purchase. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching. Cheers guys.